In the last episode, we talked about identity. We talked about the uncomfortable truth that being just a drummer is no longer enough. Then we introduced structure, not hacks, not tactics, but structure as the bridge between who you are and what you build. Today, we're taking the next step, because understanding structure is one thing, but applying it to real life as a drummer, that's where most people get stuck. This episode is about the practical reality of being a musician heading into 2026, and what needs to change if we want to become more than a drummer. Let's name the problem honestly. Most drummers are busy, but unstable. They practice, they gig, they rehearse, they travel, they hustle. Yet at the end of the year, many feel financially insecure, creatively drained, unsure of their direction, dependent on others for opportunity. This isn't because drummers are lazy. It's because their effort isn't structured. Energy without structure leaks. Talent without structure plateaus. And 2026 will expose this more than ever. There was a time when being excellent on the instrument was enough. That time has passed. Today, great drummers are everywhere. Access to education is global. Social media flattened the skill curve. So the question is no longer, can you play? The real questions are, can you sustain yourself? Can you position your value? Can you build something that doesn't reset every year? Talent gets attention. Structure builds longevity. Let's make this practical. If you're a drummer heading into 2026, there are 3 structural shifts you need to consider. Not all at once. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Shift 1. From random effort to designed weeks. Most drummers live reactively. They wake up and respond. Messages, rehearsals, gigs, requests. There's no designed rhythm to their week. Structure begins when you decide, this is how my week works. That might look like set practice blocks, set creative blocks, set admin blocks, set rest blocks. Not because you want control, but because you want consistency. If your week has no shape, your growth won't either. Shift 2. From skill accumulation to value translation. Drummers are great at learning new grooves, new styles, new techniques. But learning alone doesn't equal progress. Progress happens when skill becomes useful beyond the kit. Ask yourself, who does my knowledge help? What problems do I solve? What do people ask me for repeatedly? That's where value lives. If everything you know stays locked inside your playing, you'll always depend on performance for income and relevance. Structure is what allows knowledge to travel. Shift 3. From dependency to stability. This is the hardest shift. Most musicians are dependent on gigs, on band leaders, on churches, on institutions. There's nothing wrong with gigs, but dependency without backup is dangerous. Structure means diversifying how value flows, building stability alongside performance, reducing single points of failure. You don't need to quit playing. You need to stop letting playing be the only thing holding your life together. Let's be clear. Structure is not selling out, abandoning music, becoming corporate, killing creativity. Structure is how creativity survives adulthood. Structure is how musicians stay in the game long enough to matter. Without structure, passion burns fast and then burns out. Take a moment and ask yourself, if I stopped gigging for 3 months, what would still exist? If opportunities slowed down, what would support me? If I wanted to grow intentionally in 2026, what would I need to build? These aren't comfortable questions, but they are necessary ones. In the next episode, we're going to move from structure to execution. Not hustle, not overwhelm. Execution that fits musicians. Execution that respects creativity. Execution that compounds over time. We'll talk about how drummers begin turning structure into real-world outcomes, without losing themselves in the process. If this episode resonated, sit with it. Let it challenge you. Because becoming more than a drummer isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things in the right order. 2026 is closer than it feels. Let's build for it, together.